Knigga is a linebacker from out of Indiana, Lawrenceburg. It ain't no Knigga like Noah Knigga. Kniggas are a farming family around 1880 and 1920. He worked in the field. Life is hard for a Knigga. 416 Kniggas. 52 have served in the military. Imagine a world where you have McConkey being tackled by a Knigga right here outside. Look how he dipped that shoulder. He can't help the level of the people that he's playing around and where he was born. But I see something like he's hearing coverage. Look at him break. Boom. Look at that. Like he's playing at a different speed than everybody else for the sake of humanity and the culture and bringing the races together. We have got to get these Kniggas out of Indiana.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're here. 2024. First episode of the year. Episode 150, actually. So it's also a milestone episode. It's your boy, Jeff. I'm here with my man, Ant, the coacher.
So problematic.
We talking about comedy. We talking about controversy. We talking about culture. What do you want first, Ant?
I don't give a fuck, man. I don't care. I know it's been a week, so you might as well just start off with this cat shit. I'm sorry.
Actually, before we get into that, I'm gonna shout out the Patreons, our culture crew, because one of our culture crew members had a little beef. Well, not a beef, but a little complaint. Shout out to my man D Block.
What is his fucking complaint?
He said for 2024, Ant needs to get a mic that's attached to his face so we can hear him.
Yeah, look, the thing is that if you couldn't hear me, you wouldn't say anything. You can hear me. This is what we're gonna do. All right.
What we gonna do?
Pull this mic out. We're gonna look. Fuck all this other shit.
Okay.
We're gonna hold it in our hands.
There we go.
Like
an interviewer.
Yeah, like 12 News. Like yo, who got shot?
Like you Mean Gene Okerlund, brother.
Yeah, yo, you ain't gotta say who snitched though, but we about to be in the air in like 5 minutes. Just tell us who shot when the cameras roll out. It's just not his whole name, but a street name. We got you. Come on, dog.
Speaking of culture crew members, would you like to take this time to formally congratulate King Kaiser III on his fantasy football championship victory over you?
Fuck no, because he ain't win.
So you're being a sore loser?
No, I ain't being a sore loser. You explain the scenario.
Right.
And I was you state what happened, and I will explain my piece. Go ahead, get down.
Okay. So for the first time ever, which seems to be a trending thing in this league.
Time out. It's for the second time ever because it happened a year before.
No, but last year it happened. It was different. It was a different situation.
Right.
There was a football game that was canceled because a player got a heart attack in the middle of a game. So we decided to just keep the finals as a tie. Mm-hmm. And y'all split the earnings, right?
Yeah, because homeboy, yeah. Mm-hmm.
This year, the actual game ended in a tie. It was you in the finals for the third straight time in the, what's the name of the damn league?
It's your league.
It's my own fucking league.
It's your league. Oh, my God. It's your league.
Whatever.
The Gridiron League of Champions.
The Gridiron League of Legends.
Legends. And you put DA to put some spice on it. It's not it's duh.
Duh.
But continue.
You made it to the finals for the third consecutive year. Only player to ever do that. Mm-hmm. Against Grand Kaiser, King Kaiser III, making his very first appearance in the finals.
And sidebar, if your dudes would have functioned rightfully, the first week he probably wouldn't have made it because you played him and you had I think Justin Herbert. Justin bummed it up. A couple of dudes bummed it up.
Yep,
and he had you shot. All right, continue with the story though. Go ahead, dog. Finish it off.
The final score ends like, what was it? Like 100 to 100.
It's a tie, right?
A tie. First time it's ever happened to us in this league, right? In the finals. Okay. Historically, during the season, at least, when a game ends in a tie, when a matchup ends in a tie, we go to the bench points, correct?
Yes.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, Ant has the most bench points, and that's what everybody else thought.
Right.
All right, so Ant wins. You know, we even congratulated you and everything. All right. Next day, or I might have taken ESPN like 2 days to adjust the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tuesday morning, the shit ends, you know, Sunday or whatever. It might have. Was there a Monday game? Yeah, I think there was a Monday game. And then Tuesday morning, ESPN shows, even though the score is tied, throughout the whole time, it showed that it was just a tie. It was 50% each of y'all. It was a tie. I was like, oh shit, it's going to end in a tie? What the fuck? Tuesday comes, and ESPN has King Kaiser winning. We're like, oh, wait a minute. So now I have to look, and I'm at work, you know what I'm saying? I'm not even paying attention to this shit. So now I got to look at the rules. Like, what's going on here? I'm trying to hit up ESPN. I'm trying to talk to them. What's going on here? We look at the rules, and it's still we still got to talk about it. But apparently, once you get into the playoffs, the season rules for tiebreakers do not apply. So we're no longer going with the bench points to determine a winner in the finals.
Now, before you say
according to the ESPN rules.
And before you say the next thing, hold on to that point. Now, go ahead.
So apparently, they go by either whoever had the best overall record throughout the season, or who had the most overall points throughout the season.
Okay.
And in both cases, it would have been Kaiser.
Right.
There was a lot of back and forth.
Okay.
You were upset. Kaiser was upset. I'm just trying to do the fair thing. I'm trying to do what's right for the league. I'm trying to put it to a vote. Ultimately, we concluded like, yeah, ESPN has Kaiser winning. You know what I'm saying? Next year, we're going to have to really look at these rules and, you know, vote for it. But as of right now, Kaiser is the champion.
Right. I wasn't upset. He's kept going back and forth with it. I'm like, you know what? Fucking take it. I don't care. You don't win. Yay. Good for you. Everybody throws confetti. Here's the problem. You go by the bench points because you have players that didn't play. But if they would have played, if you swapped them out something else like that, you probably would have had a better chance. I get that. But you're in the playoffs. Your regular season record doesn't matter because you're in the playoffs. Like, no one cares. Just all the playoffs care about, regards to record, is seeding. Who plays who, when, and where. Just like playoff games this weekend. The regular season don't matter. How many points you scored in the regular season don't matter because you got into the playoffs. If he would have finished under 500 and then would have made it and then would have tied, like, then to be like, okay, but and his bench would have scored more. It would have went down to the points or his record in the regular season, but it doesn't matter. You're in the playoffs. None of that, all that shit goes out the window. You played a season to get into that. So I don't know why the rules didn't say the rules. And that's why I was like, yo, I don't care about splitting the first and second prize. I'll take second. It's fine. He could take first. He can be happy, so on and so forth. Buy himself something nice. A good steak dinner, some shit, whatever he wants to do. But in general, the rules remain the rules. But he just wanted to have it this way. So I'm like, look, you won. Am I going to thank you for it? Fucking no. Do you have the championship? Yeah. Are you going to lose next year? Probably. You ain't won shit in a long time. You won off a technicality. It's not like you beat me fair and square. You won off a technicality. As a matter of fact, if Jordan Love had just had one less point you lose, he just decided to go crazy because you was down 30-something. You just happened to come back at the very end, but the shit was over for you.
But in his defense, if they don't take Jordan Love out the game, he also gets the extra points that he needed to win decisively.
Right. He could have won and he could have lost, but he didn't. He tied, right? That's who's saying it. It's a tie. We could just split the shit up.
So you're gonna do the Trump move and not congratulate the winner.
I ain't acknowledging shit. Fuck that. He lost. Ain't no problem. The whole thing. We can do this right now. We can make a side bet. So I'm guessing that I'm gonna have to play him twice next year, like in fantasy.
Depends if you're in the same division.
Okay. Let's try to make that happen. Let's try to make sure we're in the same division, and let's say we go ahead and play each other twice. We'll put $100 up on each game if he feels comfortable with that, because I know he won a nice chunk of money. He could set some of that aside for next year if he wants to do that. But I mean, he's King Kaiser. He got it like that.
He's listening, so once he responds, then we'll dissect it a little bit better.
Like I said, because if I win one, he win one, everybody breaks even. But if I win both, if I lose both, I'm a willing man to pay. But like I said, he the king. It's up to him. If he wants to make a choice in regards to this, he wants to go ahead and play the games, go ahead. We here for you. But it's not even an open challenge. Just want to say, like, you want to... This is like, if you're so good, you can win the championship and add money on top of it. That's how good of a fantasy football player I think you are. I think you should accept this bet, man, because I believe in you. I do.
All right, well, let's get the episode started, man. Congrats to King Kaiser III.
Fuck him. Go ahead.
Let's just talk about what we started the show off with, real quick.
Okay.
This is a high school player out of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
He plays football and he plays basketball. And he plays both of them very well. He is a white boy.
He's a special Knigga.
His first name is Noah.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, his last name is, and I'm not going to say it.
Knigga.
It's spelled Knigga.
Knigga. Knigga, nigga. Yeah. And they say it Knigga, so how have they
I'm not saying it. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that shit.
Look.
His father came on and he said how he pronounced it.
And what did he say? Did he say it the way you think it said?
It's K, like K-A, pronounced Knigga, apparently. But when you say it fast, it's not going to sound like that.
Knigga.
Yeah.
Knigga. I don't hear A or E in the middle of that, his spelling.
I don't know, man. People are going to say it. It's going to be interesting to see when he makes it to the league, whatever league he makes it to, how they're going to be pronouncing his name.
They are never going to put his games on ESPN.
This should have been an instant racist moment because do you think his parents should have, just for the sake of him and their entire family, should they have changed or abbreviated the name or shortened it and just made it K-Nig or, you know what I'm saying? Knug.
No.
We're the Knugs.
No.
I would have changed that shit, especially if I'm aspiring to be a famous athlete.
Why are you changing your family name for what it is? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Just to avoid conflict, scrutiny, embarrassment, and the like.
It's not conflict, scrutiny, or embarrassment. It's actually just kind of fucking hilarious. It is. Okay. I'll tell you why it's hilarious. This whole situation with him is literally a Dave Chappelle sketch. Remember he had the nigger family, Niggar? Same thing. Niggar is the nigger family. Same shit. Okay? So you get the joke side of it, and that's what it is. But you don't change your name to kind of say something that's not offensive. Like, there was a kid I remember growing up, and his name, was it Larry or Lawrence? Larry. His name was Larry Kike.
Kike.
K-I-K.
Oh, goddamn.
Right. Now
with the spelling and everything.
Correct. Now the name I understand could be a little bit offensive, but it's his family's name. Didn't get to the origins and didn't ask about it. Just, it was what it was. I wouldn't ask him to change. You shouldn't change anything for anyone to make someone feel comfortable. It's regarding your own heritage. It's one of those things when people talk about you should talk a certain way, speak a certain way, act a certain way because you don't want it to be something that denigrates your culture. If you have long, luxurious, curly, full hair because of your Hispanic heritage or ethnicity, you shouldn't have to straighten it out for nobody. If you happen to have, broad features, lips, and nose, something else, that you shouldn't make them smaller to make people comfortable. If that man, to a degree, seems like it has a slightly unfortunate name, it's his family name. If they saying Knigga, they say Knigga to each other all the time. Like, welcome to the Knigga reunion, which is hilarious to say when you think about it out loud, but that's how it is. But I mean, if he's going to be a football player or a basketball player, for sakes, maybe he should have a nickname like Special K or something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, basket score by Special K, tackle by Special K. It's easier. Or just do the first initial. It's not that. It's just seeing that on the back of a jersey is just distracting. It is. Like,
I'm curious to see how many of these white folks are gonna say that name like often just to be able to say the word.
He can't play with brothers because we're gonna fuck that name up. We're gonna clown his ass all day. Like, you think you're nice, white boy? All right, K-Nigga.
Do you think the networks are gonna purposely tell the white commentators to to limit the amount of times they say his name?
No, but that's even saying that if he's going to even be that nice,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a lot of, like, especially like football. It's a lot. It's like hundreds upon hundreds of talented football players every year. the 4 and 5 star ones, yeah. But he might be like a 2-3 star recruit. He might not make it like that. Like it is. The only thing that makes that man interesting is his name. Outside of that, would he even be remotely entertaining? It's just that name. So if this might become a story later on down the line, but right now it's just amusement. Now, if he's like, Knigga to the Knicks,
I can already see the headlines.
you already know
the Knicks select
this nigga. Like, oh no, Knigga. My bad, Knigga. We're getting Knigga. You know how it goes. We can't help but to not find hilarious listening to these kind of things, and it's funny. It is. You can't help it. But I mean, more power to him, man. That's your name. Keep with it.
Speaking of Jews and speaking of funny,
And ain't your name Jeff Rose?
it's De La Rosa.
What does Rosa mean?
Rose.
And what does De La mean?
Of the
So
of the Rose.
Jeff of the Rose. Look at that. See? Nobody clowning your name, Jeff of the Rose. Nobody say that shit.
That shit's a romantic, poetic name, bro.
Some shit.
That shit, there's no controversy behind the rose, bro.
That's
Concrete that came from the rose that grew from concrete. That's just poetic. That ain't racist.
Nah, it's not racist. That just sounds to name some pimp have. What's your name, Jeff of the Rose? Like, really? Yeah, bitch.
Yo, what you know about these Jews coming out the sewers, bro, in New York City?
Are they Ninja Turtles?
The memes has already gotten them coming out the sewers looking like Ninja Turtles. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Jews is what they calling them.
But why would they build a tunnel in the first place?
The headline reads, Secret tunnel in NYC synagogue leads to brawl between police and worshippers. A group of Hasidic Jewish worshippers were arrested amid a dispute over a secret tunnel built beneath a historic Brooklyn synagogue. Of course it was Brooklyn. Setting off a brawl between police and those who tried to defend the makeshift passageway. And I saw some video. They got like police, what's that shit called? Police cam? What's the shit that they have on?
Yeah, body cam.
Yeah, they got body cam footage and they got people recording. You see these motherfuckers crawling out the floors and coming out the fucking woodworks and out the walls and shit. It's funny shit.
But I'm trying to figure out why were they doing that in the first place?
I don't know.
Like they just wanted like an escape route or some shit? Like I don't
guess.
Right.
Probably waiting for the apocalypse or something.
But it wasn't far. It was next door. Like the apocalypse coming, gonna blow up all of this shit, not just this right here. And like
I don't even think they still know why.
They just did.
The passageway is believed to have started in the basement of an empty apartment building behind the headquarters, snaking under a series of offices and lecture halls before eventually connecting to the synagogue. Like, I wonder how long it took them to make this shit.
A very, very long time. I mean, the problem is with New York's fucking building code. They ain't coming to check. Like.
Oh, look, they said the tunnel project began late last year as a way to connect the synagogue with the whole empty space behind it. Okay.
So they built a fucking tunnel when they could have just built like a door?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Like a door would have sufficed. That's like if you want to go to your garage, instead of like walking there, you build a bridge. You don't have to do that. Just go the fuck out your back door and walk to the garage. You don't have to do this other shit that makes no sense to me. So when they go ahead and do that, I'm like, why are y'all building a tunnel? Like, I'm guessing they own. Okay, because I'm guessing that they own the building, the other building. When y'all could have just built something connecting it to it. But y'all decided to dig out.
That would have cost them money, though. And I'm not saying Jews are cheap, but.
All right, that's what it sounded like. But I'm just saying it would have.
I ain't saying it. It is a stereotype, but I ain't say it, though.
You don't think them digging up a fucking hole and paying the fines and fees is not going to be expensive? You own the other building. You have to own the other building. You have to own the other building for them to go ahead and dig some shit like that. And I feel real fucked up around the Jews trying to buy the Underground Railroad from the brothers. We came up with that. We know how this shit go, baby. Y'all could have called us. We could have how to break all of this shit down. We could have got the Harriet Tubman manual. Like, look at here, man. Historically, you gotta have this shit going north because that's how we got the fuck up out of here. Y'all got some other shit going on here, so I don't know how to do that. But they just go ahead and dig themselves a hole. Now the cops is mad. Now they're gonna fill that bitch up with concrete, which they probably gonna have them pay for.
They're gonna find the fuck out of them.
And all I had to do was build a fucking door. I had to do like you're basically gonna be fined like thousands of dollars over pure.
They wanted to move discreetly out here. 2024 starting off really wild. They ain't want to be seen in the streets.
To go study? I never snuck in the study hall. I walked in the fucking library. I walked in the front door. Like, I didn't want to take a secret passage to the library. You needed me to go in there, grab my books. Like, you're going there, to study your religion. So you really need like a passage for this shit. That shit is amazing. I swear people just do shit for the stupidest of reason. Like, I just want to know whose idea it was. Like,
Some rabbi.
But it couldn't have been one rogue rabbi. It had to be like a cabal, like a set of them. And like, you know what?
Got an idea.
I'm 78 years old. I'm tired of walking around the corner to get to the front door.
I wonder what that conversation was like. Hey, guy, hey, I have an idea. You remember that Underground Railroad?
That thing the color.
You remember that Harriet Tubman story?
The colored lady with the people, the North, yeah, the freedom, the North Star. Now, what if we did that our way?
Right here in Brooklyn.
And somebody's like, yes. No. It's a bad. My thing, how did you, okay, so basically you had to work at night to get all that concrete and dirt out of there. You had to. You could have did it during the day. Because someone's going to notice somebody with a fucking wheelbarrow full of dirt and concrete from a hole that you've been digging for months. My whole thing is that where the fuck were you going to, and how did you get the guidance? Like, did they have like an engineer or some shit like that? Because I'd be having trouble like cutting my own grass straight. So I don't know how they dug a tunnel like perfectly to move around offices and shit like that. That is amazing to me. I don't know if this is even possible. No, this is floor concrete. I can't dig to this shit. I don't know why I want to dig a hole there, but I don't know. That's a wild fucking story. And like, it's one of the stories that's like pointless. Like, why would you do this in the first place? But you already did it. Like, I guess you got to kind of see how the fallout going to be. I don't know, man. Kids, you can dig like puddles and stuff. You can build snowmen. Unless you have an engineering degree, don't try to build like a tunnel from like your room to like the living room or the bathroom. I know it might seem like efficient and cute because you don't want to walk around anything, but lengthwise is kind of like the same distance. As a matter of fact, it's longer because you got to go down and across. We could just go like, across, but make your life easier. But it's fine though.
But all right, man, let's keep it moving with this 2024 shenanigans. One of the biggest stories right now on the internet is the Katt Williams sit down with Shannon Sharp. He's blasting everybody, right? He's going at Katt Williams, which he's historically done. He goes at Cedric the Entertainer. He goes at Harvey. What's his name? Steve Harvey, among others. And I personally think that he might have ended Cedric the Entertainer's career by pointing out the fact that he has, in his career, for like the last 30 years, he's been stealing people's jokes. And now we have the luxury of the internet, and people have been putting it out there. They're showcasing the jokes that he's stolen from other people, including Katt Williams himself, a joke that he almost did verbatim. You know what I'm saying? Like people's jokes that he's done, that they have done on TV or on TV shows, on stand-up shows that have been televised. And he's done them on his own Kings of Comedy or his own shows. But Katt Williams is hilarious. He's controversial as hell. He talks about this Illuminati shit. And how he ain't wearing no dress. And how he can't be bought.
I'm tired of that dress shit, though.
He said Epstein, didn't he say Epstein offered to perform fellatio on him?
An executive. I don't know if it was Epstein.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's weird. Like, I want you to be in this movie and I'll suck your dick like it's a cherry on top. Usually it's the other way around. Like, to get a favor, you got to do a favor. Like, not only am I getting this movie role, I'm going to blow you. Like, this seems weird.
But do you not think shit like that goes on in Hollywood?
Probably. Do I care? No. Because, like, all right, so, like, we're going to go back to the dress thing real quick. He's saying that for black men to be successful in Hollywood, they have to wear a dress to be accepted by the white community, so on and so forth. By, I guess, and let's not say white people, that's dismissive. Let's just say by the Hollywood elites. Let's code it that way.
And he's one of the only ones that I have Him and Chappelle, I think, are the only two that I can think of that haven't worn a dress in any movie or anything.
One successful, one financially, one successful, one isn't.
I mean, I wouldn't go that far. I think Katt Williams has money. He doesn't have Kevin Hart money.
And do you think Kevin Hart got Kevin Hart money because Kevin Hart decided to wear a dress?
No,
Do you know why Kevin Hart got Kevin Hart money?
because he's the hardest working comedian right now in Hollywood.
Well, that and also like the roles for a loud, little, obnoxious black man, all the ones Cat turned down, he took. Like, could he have been next to The Rock in that CIA movie shit?
Yeah.
There's a lot of roles that Kevin did that Cat probably could have did, probably would have made it funnier. But he took those roles because Cat didn't want to do it. And I guess you can, say it's great for the sense of integrity. And oh god, it's going to lead to a digression.
To me, Cat is funnier than Kevin Hart. Like, Cat is funnier than all the people that he was going up against, that he was talking shit about. To me, Katt Williams is funnier than all of them.
Because Cat's a comedian's comedian. Like, Cat is at his best as a stage comedian. Like, as a comedian, standing up in front of people is where he shines brightest because he's extremely good at that. He's actually a pretty good actor from the roles that he's done. Yeah. I don't know, like, because I was thinking about this at work, like, the dress thing bothers me because I'm like, if you're saying that, then are you saying that the entire Wayans family has sold their soul to Hollywood?
Yes, that's what he's saying.
And
they've all worn a dress.
They've all worn a dress.
Every last one of them.
So that's all it takes.
Martin done wore a dress multiple times.
If you could be the co-CEO of your company, you just had to wear a dress one time, would you?
To meet the CEO of the company?
No, to be the co-CEO of your company.
And I have to wear a dress.
One time.
What's the purpose of me wearing no dress though? We're doing a play or something in front of the company or some shit?
No. It's a bonding thing. It's a you know what? It is
a bonding thing?
No, hold on. It's a company function, and they're having like a little skit thing. So they want people to be whatever silly and so forth. So that's like put on a dress. You impressed the guy like that took balls and that took moxie. I think I'm going to groom you to be my right hand man, as in the sense of CEO, not no other.
I don't like the word grooming.
I know. I'm going to develop you into being an essential part of this company by teaching you everything that goes along with it, by being and hopefully becoming my second in command. Let's put it that way, since you don't want to put grooming, since everyone's so fucking weird. Dogs get groomed. Okay? Stop with the fucking word. But if that's the situation, and it says all of this, and it could lead to you being literally the chair below the chair, do you do it?
After furthering discussing it with my family, and after convincing myself that I'm not selling my soul by doing this, I'm probably doing it.
Ain't no problem with me. Fuck that. No problem. Fuck out of here. We got the goddamn cabal. Ain't no fucking Illuminati, nigga. This is a check. You do a whole lot with that check. You get like, oh man, you wore a dress, but your family's in poverty. Mine's isn't. For one simple decision. Now, if it required you wearing a dress and not doing no other shit,
You some soul selling motherfuckers, huh?
it's not selling your soul. It's doing one thing for the sacrifice of the others. Because if it was just you, you probably wouldn't think about it. But like, I can do this, and I can really make some real changes in the world, real changes with my family, make a difference, a real functional difference. And I don't have to do anything sexual or promiscuous or dangerous or whatever. I just have to go and be silly for about 4 minutes and wear a dress. Say a couple words and call it a day.
So you're saying there are some legs to this, though, that they do make black men wear dresses in roles for whatever reason.
Literally, his most famous movie, which made him the most money, and as amazing and as talented as a comedian that he might be, Robin Williams wore a dress in Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yes. All the whites do it, too. John Travolta done did it, Patrick Swayze. They all do that shit.
Okay. John Leguizamo did.
John Leguizamo.
Wesley Snipes.
Yep.
Patrick Swayze. Yeah, but I'm like, Will Smith.
Will Smith did it. Chris Tucker.
Mm-hmm. But I think they're trying to think that it's an idea of like you're associating
Martin
did. But I think they're trying to say like
Chris Rock.
as a black man you shouldn't wear a dress because of like the whole masculinity thing. Like I don't think a dress has anything to do with masculinity. It's because of
Jamie Foxx wore it.
Yep.
When he did his character.
Yep. When he did Wanda. Yeah.
Wanda.
So that's the whole thing. Like you're trying to make this an Illuminati thing, and like it's just one of those things. It's just one of those things that are about people that people find funny. Let's say Chris Rock did, Chris Farley did, Adam Sandler did.
Mm-hmm.
They do these things, but like I said, but it's only when it comes to black people. Like if you're doing this, that means you sold your soul. Ain't nothing said or sold shit about what I'm doing. Like funny tends to mean sometimes you have to take these extremely calculated risks. And there's something funny about seeing a man in a dress. Because seeing a woman dressed in a suit isn't as funny as seeing a man in a dress. I don't know why. It's just something about our brains that just makes it hilarious, especially when the person's funny. But to make a big deal out about that, like, so you're trying to say, like, I have my integrity, and that's the whole thing. You can't say, they sold the soul to the devil and they made themselves really successful because they wore a dress. When you in the same interview say, you're one of the richest men alive, and I didn't wear a dress, so you're trying to say integrity wins out. But like, you're not showing me the bank book, brother. I get what you're saying, but I need to see receipts. If you're going to say things like that, if you're going to talk that money shit, I need to see said money. I need to see your houses, your cars, your whatever. These signs of wealth. Now you might be rich in love, but not rich in finances and shit. Me and you even. But if you can talk about the people that's been successful before you, especially a guy like Kevin Hart, when he had the chance to have his career, he just chose not to do it. He said, "I'm not wearing a fucking dress." I mean, he wore the shit once. He did a lot of things that he didn't have to wear a goddamn dress. So, and the thing about that you said about such an entertainer, like, I mean, what kind of career did he really have popping like that? If we're being really honest, like right now, the only
Has Cedric worn a dress?
No, I don't think so. He's dressed up. Old man Eddie in barbershop. Do you ever wear a dress? I don't think so. He'd make a really ugly woman. But the only one of them that's been successful, I mean, God rest his soul, Bernie Mac, but it really been Steve Harvey, but he ain't really been doing comedy shit. He's just been getting his Family Feud money and shit. I would too. It's a lot of money in them game shows. Well, I mean, you watched the whole interview, right?
Yeah.
What did you take from it?
That shit was hilarious. It was just Katt being Katt.
You know what the problem is?
He had Shannon Sharp on the edge of his seat, like, yo, chill, man. I got to interview some of these people, bro.
The thing that I wonder is, like, where does... All right, because this is, like, my theory is that the reason why it went so viral so fast because it was January. Nothing's popping in January. Nothing's going on. I wonder if people still feel the same way about him in June. Like, are y'all still going to be raising a banner? Like, we got to protect Katt Williams at all costs. Yo, please shut the fuck up with that. Always trying to protect other people at all costs. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Fuck them celebrities. Oh my God, Katt Williams out here too. We got to protect because you know how they do. Don't worry about him. If they want to have some shit to happen to Katt because they're here telling the truth, they'd had like a long time ago. You need to worry about you. You need to make sure to protect yourself, to protect your family. Not under these celebrities shit don't even give a fuck about you or never thought about you. They just want you to buy tickets to their shit. That's all you got to worry about. And the thing with Katt is that it was entertaining. It was enlightening. It was different to see him be so comfortably well-spoken about these things and say things fearlessly. But I'm like, it's January. We're going to see how that shit lasts when it get cold and we talking about the snow. Or the summertime acting like where you want to go. I don't know. But the truth of the matter is, it's an entertaining story right now, but give it 2 weeks. We be talking about some new shit. Shit, the Super Bowl in a couple weeks. We about to be talking about Usher. We don't give a fuck about Katt. That's just the way these news cycles go. I'm sorry to tell you that, dog, but it is what it is.
Speaking of the Super Bowl, for the first time in history, a playoff game, an NFL playoff game is not going to be free. Because this week, Peacock is going to be showing one of the games. They paid the NFL $6 million. That's $3 million per team to air one game. And people are in outrage. They're like, shit, we got to download this fucking app now. We got to pay a subscription. I mean, you could download it, get the free trial, and then cancel, I guess. But this is the future of television. Before you know it, all these games are going to be on Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, Amazon, Apple TV, you know what I mean? And people are going to have to pay for these shits.
Do you have a 40-pound television?
No.
Okay. You don't have a 40-pound television.
These shits are lightweight now.
Right. But you got a smart TV.
Yeah.
Right. Smart TV will load up all the apps and everything else
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Because really the only way you can really watch it, if you just plug your TV by itself, you couldn't get a fucking reception. It's not like it was before when you do it, have like a little antenna, get some reception, shit like that. We don't live in that time no more. And I understand y'all have gotten so comfortable watching the shit on regular TV and calling it a day. I get it. And you know, you should be mad, especially since you had the whole regular season on, you know, your local station. Now playoff time comes, the NFL putting their foot down. Like, you're going to watch what the fuck we tell you to watch. Okay. But like I said, it's one fucking game, one fucking week.
Not the point though, bro. The country's in shambles right now. A lot of people can't afford this shit, man. They can't afford all these subscriptions.
Hold up.
People can't even afford cable no more.
Time out. If you bugging out about a football game, right, and you can't afford the $5.99 fee, you got bigger problems.
I'm sure it's more than that. I think it's more than that, but okay.
Well, Peacock, hold up. Go ahead, keep talking about it.
I think Peacock is like $10. I got Peacock.
I
don't even know. I got all them shits. I got Netflix. I don't even know how much these shits are, bro. I just have them. Them shits get taken out of my bank account. I don't even notice that shit.
Look at that. The first thing when I Googled.
What is it, like $9.99?
No, the first thing I Googled was at the time the word Peacock, the word follow afterward, free trial. Everybody like, look, I might get a Peacock. Let's see. So they different little tier levels. Peacock.
But Peacock will pay for this shit, even if, because you know this shit's gonna be full of advertisements and commercials and shit.
Peacock.
So even if people subscribe and then cancel, they're still gonna make all the advertisement money.
Peacock Premium $5.99. Peacock Premium, which is basically Peacock Premium Plus is Peacock Premium without any ads. Premium just has ads. It's $6. If you beefing about $6, you shouldn't worry about, you know, a football game. You should worry about getting your whole fucking life together. I think I got at least $25 in my pocket. I'm not saying that shit with pride, but if I really want to watch this game.
And I'm not talking about young people, bro. I'm talking about the older people, 60, 70, 80-year-olds, you know, that have historically their whole lives been watching this shit for free on Channel 5, Channel NBC, ABC, whatever the fuck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know, retired. They're trying to just make ends meet with their little retirement money and just live chilling comfortably. They're not trying to subscribe to no fucking streaming services.
And the NFL and them don't give a fuck about them because
some of these people don't even know how to operate these shits, to be honest with you.
They don't. And the NFL does not care. You know why? Because that's not their target audience and they're not who marketers are advertising towards. You don't see commercials for people that are 60, 70 years old. We know y'all watch the game, but y'all don't buy shit. That's the whole reason we have commercials, for people to buy shit. So the people that's the younger crowd that they want to capture, they have all these streaming shits, and if they want to watch it, they're going to watch it, and they're going to be hit with advertisement things that they tell them that they should buy and they should have. And that's going to go on. Those 60, 70 years old, here's the difference. Your 20 and 30-year-olds that are complaining about it are sending an email to NBC. Your 60 and 70-year-olds that are complaining about it are writing a letter and getting a stamp and mailing it to NBC.
Actually spending money.
Right. They're asking, hey, son, Google a phone number for NBC. I want to call them. No. That's why they're not the target audience. They don't care. Y'all can get bent out of shape about it, but guess what? Bars will pay that $6 immediately for that, even if it's just for one game. As a matter of fact, they'll pay the one with no commercials. That's $12. You know why? Because when you go to a bar, a beer is $8. One person damn near covers it. It's not hurting.
That's facts. Capitalism at its finest.
Right. People bitching about it. It's not hurting none of y'all. It's not hurting a single soul. Because you're going to find somewhere to watch it, and you're not going to watch it in peace. What I mean is, like, you're not going to watch it free. You're going to pay something. You're going to buy food, or you're going to buy yourself a drink, something else like that.
You bring up a good point, because I know people like that won't order like a fight or whatever. A UFC fight coming on, it's just 50, 60, 70, 80, even to $100. I've seen them. But they'll go, like you said, they'll go to the bar to watch it, and you're going to spend that on food and beer and shit.
You're going to spend it on something.
And they'll spend $100 on beer and food and sit there at the bar for a few hours and watch the shit. You know what I mean?
So like I said, this complaint is pointless. Like I said, you're going to complain about it, but if they do this, which they're going to do nonetheless, and they get massive numbers, is only going to want to make them do it more. If y'all really don't want them to do this, don't watch the fucking game. No one, not a soul. Don't sign up for it. Don't do anything. Don't watch the game. Don't do it. But you can't help yourself because you need some shit to do. So what you're going to do is like, I'm going to do the free trial. I'm going to pay for it, whatever. Fine. Here's my money to watch the game. And they're going to see all of those numbers spike up when it went from 3 million people watching the football game on the channel to 10 million people watching the football game on the channel. Then they're going to put all of them on there because they know that you will do anything to watch that game. So you will pay for it to go that route. So to sit here and complain about it, you have 2 options. Either watch the game and pay for it or don't shut the fuck up. One way or another is going to happen. Because next week, they're not doing it. They're just doing it this week. They didn't say it's going to be all playoffs. They said this week. And tomorrow is Sunday. The NFC games are going to be on your regularly local scheduled programming. You can wait to watch those. If you're making a big ass deal about this, don't watch. But if you pay, you know it's going to come.
Yo, and finally, real quick, let's touch on this little Epstein list. Now, the list has not actually come out, like the client list or the flight logs, right? Mm-hmm. But what they did do is release a bunch of names that were mentioned in subpoenas and depositions, you know what I mean? And witnesses, mentioned certain people. And there was all types of, government officials, celebrities, actors, actresses, even politicians. I saw David Copperfield's name on that shit, bro. I grew up watching David Copperfield disappearing shit. His name was on there. They say he was there having dinner with somebody at Epstein's house. I was like, Now, a disclaimer. The names that have been released so far that were mentioned in these papers, they haven't been accused of any wrongdoing yet. So we got a prefix by saying that. Doesn't mean they are guilty, but that means they were there. They were seen. They have some type of association with Epstein, and it's just not a good look. I wouldn't want my name being associated with the shit at all. Donald Trump's name, of course. Everybody's expecting his name. He was mentioned. Michael Jackson was mentioned in a deposition. Said he was there. Even though no wrongdoing was, supposedly. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was mentioned. Bunch of names. Actors, actresses. Like, this is going to tarnish a lot of people's legacies. We already saw Jimmy Kimmel wild out on fucking Aaron Rodgers. Because Aaron Rodgers, insinuated that Jimmy Kimmel doesn't want this list to come out. Jimmy Kimmel came on his show and started ripping into him.
That's some white people shit. I'm dead ass serious. Because if you said some shit about me, like, you got to, like, hey, Aaron, where are you now? Oh, I'm in California. Stay right there. Be right with you. My next thing smoking, I'm going to slap shit out of you. Kid, you can't do my name and no shit like that. The fuck is wrong with you? Like you're trying to say, like, oh, it's just, us joking around, like, yo, don't joke with my fucking freedom like that, man. It doesn't make sense for someone to be like, hey, man, you should be worried your name's on that list. My name ain't on that list, dog. Don't do that. I think we're almost doing the same shit with, like, with controversy sounding like, surrounding Diddy and everything else like that. A whole bunch of people was there. Now, years later, people want to say something. And I'm saying, for me, a victim should take all the time in the world to state whatever happened to them, whenever it happened. But if you ain't have no parts and nothing to do with this, and you throw my name on there, I'm fucking you up. Like, I'm not, there's no hesitation. Like, I'm not, because you're messing with someone's reputation. And even though we're talking about money and everything else before, the only thing more important than money is reputation. You can't change that shit. If people think and know of you and have been around you, and when you're not in their presence, they still speak of you as a good person, that's what reputation is. That your name and your word carry on beyond when you're not even in their presence. To put me involved in someone who's a known sex trafficker, who's involved in underage girls, to think I'm going to be in some kind of list, it's ridiculous. Like, what if you're going to make the joke, why don't you make the joke about yourself? Why don't you be like, well, I hope my name don't pop up on there. Why don't you do that? Like, why'd you have to do Jimmy then? Like, because Jimmy made it clear, I got nothing to do with this shit. You still kept on about it. But you're saying it's a joke. To make the joke about yourself. They be like, they ain't going to find my little name in there. I erased it. Or something stupid like that. But a kid about, someone's reputation like that shit ain't funny. And it's a whole ass list and a whole ass problem that got nothing to do with me. You on that list?
Hell no.
Exactly. I don't know that nigga neither.
I ain't part of the world's elites yet.
You might be the only Jeffrey I know. I gotta think about that shit too. You just might be. I might have to look at my friends list. I know you. Man, let me check my phone. You motherfucking Jeff. You might be the only.
Probably got some Jeffs in there.
Hold up, bro.
Old co-workers or some shit. Ain't no Jeffrey Epstein's though.
No, hold on. I'm going to the J's as we speak. Hold on. Let's see. Any J's? Let's see. Jeffrey. Nope. I got the Jackie, Jamar, James, Jarrell, Jason, Javier.
Oh, unless we got a Spanish brother in there.
Jesus, a couple Johns, a Jordan, a Julie. Nope. You're the only Jeff I know. See? Welcome to the club, buddy.
Yo, but that's our episode, first episode of the year. Thank you for tuning in. 2024 is going to be a big year. I mean, it's already starting mad crazy and mad hectic, mad wild and controversial out here.
What else has happened this year? I know we're only 3 weeks in, but anything else has happened?
I don't know, man.
I'm going to start keeping track of this shit of the Negro year in review. So January is off the books. We got the cat shit. So we got something that happened in February.
All right. If you want to become a Culture Crew member, please sign up to our Patreon. That'll really go a long way to helping the page. Check out our YouTube page at The Culture 2020. Go check out the descriptions and the show notes. There's a lot of links and all our information. All our links is in there, man. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'm Jeff. He's Ant. The Culture. Peace.
And you can hear me now.